Hi everyone, how you doing? I thought it'd be a good idea now that we're in week 3 to put up a bit of foam rolling, which is that's a foam roller if you've never seen one before, and it's a good bit of kit you can use for like self massage to ease off your muscles after doing a few hard weeks of training. So I just wanted to go through sort of a full body, sort of all over mobility circuit. Almost it'll take sort of 10 minutes, so that you can start to sort of work out where you're tight and you can ease it off and sort of release the muscle tension on your own. So I'll start from upper back and work all the way down through into your calves and feet. As I say, it's just good for relieving any muscle tensions or aches or pains that you'll get through all the sort of lifting and weights-based exercises. So if you do get sort of knots or tightness in your muscles, it doesn't really work just to stretch them out all the time, just because you've got stretch reflexes. So basically muscles will tighten up for a reason, and it's usually to protect somewhere else that's weak or sore. So to release these, it doesn't work just to stretch the muscle all the time, because your brain is telling that muscle to be tight to protect somewhere else. So you have to sort of get in about it with a wee bit of pressure, and that'll eventually signal to the muscle. Say it was up here, if you put a lot of pressure into the muscle, it eventually will command it to release, which doesn't really happen with stretching. So basically I'll start with your upper back, and I'll just work the way down. Okay, so the first one is for your upper back, your sort of thoracic spine, which often people tend to be slightly rounded and tight through the front of their chest and stretched and sort of weak through their upper back. So firstly, we want to release all the muscles around here and around your back, and then get your upper back sort of moving and repositioned so that you can keep your shoulders back and with good posture. So the first one is just to release your upper back. You're going to lie onto the roller on your side. Okay, so is it a muscle in here, the big back muscles that you use when you're doing rows and pull-ups and things, called your lats. So it's a big muscle that runs all the way down here, but they connect at the top of your arm at the back and the socket joint. Okay, so you'll feel it if you push sort of just under in the back part of your armpit up towards the top. It might feel a bit tender in there. So releasing that off is a good one to start for improving posture. So if you stretch your arm out, like so, and just turn your palm facing to face up the way, okay, to start off with. Then from there, all you're going to do is bring your hips forward, so you're in a nice sort of straight line here, and then you're just going to reach this hand up and touch the other hand at the top. So when you do that, you almost roll forward on the roller, so you're sort of rolling forward into the muscle and then backwards. So just reach on, touch the top hand or the bottom hand, and then pull back in, like so, for 10 reps. And all you're doing is giving that like a bit of a massage sort of forward and backwards over that wee muscle to release it off. So that's the first one. You could do 10 reps on either side, so you just flip around onto your right hand side. Next, again, just lengthen yourself out, completely straighten out that arm, and again you're just going to reach onto the hand, put them together, and then back the way. So you're just coming forward and back, almost like cross frictioning across that wee muscle as you reach forward, and then come backwards to release your upper back. Okay. The second one, you're going to work into the muscles right in here, so the muscles that work when you're doing press ups and things. So this one's a bit trickier to get into position. You stick one hand over the roller, and then you will just come down on top of it so that it's just right in the sort of tendon at the top of this muscle here. Again, that connects into the front of the shoulder joint. So all I'm going to do is I'm lying over it with my left arm and bring my right leg up just for a wee bit of support, so there's not too much pressure in your back when you actually feel a bit of weight into the muscle at the front. So once you sort of find a wee bit of tension in here, sort of inside of the shoulder, top of your chest, all you're going to do is put the opposite hand down onto the ground and push up as high as you can. And again, you're just coming back and forwards on that wee muscle. Okay. If you don't feel much, you might just not be too tight, or perhaps your roller's too soft. This one is sort of medium pressure, if you like, or hardness. So this is still quite foamy, but you get lighter ones in this, and also harder, like plastic ones, which are a bit better for getting a bit deeper into the muscles. Okay, so see on the other side, it's always at a bit of an angle. So if that was straight on, I'm doing my right arm, I'm just going to sort of angle it to the right a wee bit, or the bottom part goes out to the right, top part goes out to the left. And again, I'm just going to push up to sort of come across the muscle, like that. Okay, so you're always sort of cross friction across the muscle fibres, which just helps it to release off. Once you've done 10 of those, if you want to get in a wee bit deeper, you can just straighten the arm out and sort of roll into it a wee bit like that, just to further release it off or work into a bit more of the muscle in there. Okay, so once you've released the muscles that would pull your shoulders into sort of tight posture, you can then go into actually rolling your upper back. If it's just to open up your upper back, you don't always need to do the first two. It's just I'm going through sort of all over the mobility routine here. So this is a great one if you've been sitting at a desk all day, or just to sort of open up your upper back again. So what we're going to do again is stick to the roller where you want to arch your back. Okay, so we talked about this before in the sessions, but you always want stability around your lumbar spine, which is the bottom part of your spine, so this should all stay steady while the top part moves. Okay, so I want to work through my thoracic spine. I'm just going to do a series of reaches, and then I'll move the roller to get into a different point. So you're not actually just rolling the muscles this time, you're actually trying to get your spine to move, to regain the sort of natural arc in your upper back. So what you're going to do from here, shoulders are down back, your elbows are tucked in. You're just going to reach as far back and let your head drop over the roller. So you're actually using the weight of your head to open up your shoulders, open up your upper back, and let yourself sort of drop over the back. Okay, it might be a bit uncomfortable in the front of your neck just because you're holding that position. So just try and reach back, let your neck drop all the way back, hold for a second, and then back up. I'm just going to do 10 reaches, and every time you reach out, you want to breathe out just so your upper back will relax, and then breathe back in as you come back up. Like that, and then once you've done it at that point, you can even move it up just a wee bit further, and then you're just working into a sort of different part of the spine. So again, just reaching over and sort of open up your upper back and shoulders. You should feel a bit of a stretch through the muscles that you've worked in the front of your chest and underneath here as well. Okay, so I'll do another 10 or 2 sets of 10, one a bit further down your thoracic spine and one a wee bit further up. Okay. I shall move on down to the bottom half. The main tightnesses are going to be sort of around the quads, hamstrings, and the top of the hips. So the main one that's good to get in about is into your glutes. So it's quite tricky to get into the position with this. So again, if that's the rower sort of straight ways on, I'm going to do my right side first. So you turn the rower just round slightly to the right. Okay, so you're wanting to roll up sort of from the inside of the glute muscle right up to the top here into your TFL, wee muscles that control the movement of your hip, and it can be quite sore up there. So we're wanting to get into both parts. So I'm doing my right hand side. I'm going to sit on the rower and just take my right ankle on top of my left knee. So if that's uncomfortable in your knee, you don't have to do it there. You can just leave it down as it is. But just to put a bit of stretch on the muscle, so you can get in a bit deeper into it. Just come into this position, ankle on top of the knee. So you're starting sort of quite close to your tailbone. You're going to roll out towards the top of the hip. So all the weight's down through my right hand here and my left foot, just so I can sort of control how the roller's going to move. And then I'm trying to get right into the top of the hip here. So I'm just going to do anything between 5 and 10 rolls would be enough. And you always want to take it nice and slow, nice and easy, so that the muscle will relax off. If you just go really quickly like that, it's just going to roll over the knots, and it's not going to really work them out. So you should actually feel a wee bit of pain, a bit of discomfort in the muscles, but as long as it's just that knotted sort of pressure, then it's fine. You're not going to do yourself any harm. Okay, I'll slide slightly further around and do another couple here, just so you can see it side on. So I'm doing the exact same thing here, just a different camera angle. So I'm going to come down and across, and you want the roller to come right up to the very top of your hip, almost coming into contact with the top of your hip bone, and that bit is probably the most uncomfortable. Okay, so really hold it on the spot that's the sorest, and almost just gently pulse on it until you feel it sort of just the knotted bit just slipping under, and the roller will just roll over it. Okay, so anything between 5 and 10 rolls, or a minute to 3 minutes worth on the muscles that are tight. So you do your right side, and again do your left side next. So left leg over, the roller slightly angled down to the left, down to the right, sorry. And then you're just going to roll again right up towards the top of your hip, like that. Okay. So again, 5 to 10 rolls. Spend a minute to 3 minutes on each part. I'll show you just from the back. You're trying to roll sort of from that position there right up to the top. So that's the angle that it should finish at. That's my left side. So the roller sort of pointed down towards my left knee, so it's not that way, it's that way. Okay. Next, we'll get into the side of the hips again, a wee bit deeper into these muscles which sort of control a lot of the movement of your hips. If you're tight through here, you find squatting and things pretty difficult. So it's called your TFL, this muscle. It's quite uncomfortable. It sits just in between the top of your sort of hip socket there and your hip bone. So there's a wee soft bit in between. If you touch the bony part and the top of your hip, it should just sit in here. Okay. So if you come into almost like a side plank onto the roller like that, and just sort of work forwards and backwards till you find a sort of sore spot or a little knot. And then from there, you're just going to do something similar. So you're going to be rolling forwards and backwards, just using the movement of your top hand. So if you reach through as far as you can, you come to the front of the muscle on this left side, and then as you come back up, you roll to the back of it. And again, just working for about 10 reps there, just to release off this muscle, your TFL, and sort of into your glute a wee bit. Again, so another side, exactly the same the other side. You're onto your elbow, feet straight on. You can bring this foot up if it's uncomfortable and you need a wee bit extra support. You're just reaching round and then back up. So your hips are always rolling forward as you come round, and then rolling backwards as you come back the way. Alright? So that's most of the hip stuff. I'm going to the quads next, which I'm going to get pretty locked up from doing sprints and doing a lot of squatting and deadlifting things. So your quads, you have 3 main sections. You have your lateral quad muscles, your middle quad muscles, and you've got inside ones as well. So you do the same thing, except you just need to change your body angle when you're doing it. So I'll start gently on the outside. So what I would do there is I would start in that position and then just turn your toes in the way to get the outside part of the quad. So you just gently roll down the way right into the very top of the hip till it almost contacts the hip bone, and then slowly just come back up. So this time I'm not actually rolling as I come back up the way, I'm just walking my hands up, because you always want to roll the pressure. So the pressure is always going up the way, so it's pushing blood up towards your heart. So I wouldn't roll from the top of my hip down the way like that, because that would be pushing the blood down the way towards my foot. So I'll just come back to the top, turn back out, and then put the pressure in, so that the roller's coming up towards my heart this time, so it's pushing the blood up the way. Okay. Once you've done that, come back down. So 2 or 3 on each part of your quad this time. I'm doing right into the middle, so my toes can just be pointing straight down the way. I'm just going to push into the quad and again come all the way up just to the top of the quad towards the hip bone, and then just walk your hands back up, not too much pressure on the roller, and then push back down and through again. Another thing you can do if you feel any wee knotted parts, so you could just hold it on it and just pull your heel in and out towards your backside. That just helps you spend a bit more time. If there's a particular part in the muscle where it feels like really gritty or really knotted, just helps to sort of work into that a wee bit. Okay, so that's your quads. You do the outside, the middle. Doing the inside, you just do the same thing. So there, you just turn your foot out the way this time, so you're sort of getting more into the inside quad muscles. Like so, I'll do one front on as well. So you just turn your foot out the way, push down into it. So it just comes up to sort of the top of the muscle there. Just be careful going any higher on that. Okay. After that, I would go on to your hamstrings. If your hamstrings are tight at all from the sprints or anything, or stuff like deadlifting, rather than stretch them all the time, just get the blood moving by rolling up and down them. And again, your hamstrings sort of divide and attach either side of your knee. So again, if you start rolling, I would do one side, turn your foot out the way, so you put all the pressure down into the rower, like so, and just roll all the way up till it comes into contact with your tailbone. And again, just slide back, put the pressure down, sort of put a lot of weight down through this leg, and roll until it comes to the top, just underneath your tailbone again. If you feel like you need more pressure, you can cross the other leg across like that, and just work up into it. Once you've done sort of probably about 3 to 5 on that side, turn your toes in the way, again, put all the pressure down into the leg, and come all the way up towards your tailbone again. So that'll do both sides of your hamstrings, okay? After that, I would go on to your calves. So calves, again, sort of divides the muscle. You get a split in your calf muscles. You don't want to roll straight down, so it'll push the muscles apart. So when you come on to the rower, again, turn your toes out, put a wee bit extra pressure down through it, keep your toes sort of pointed up gently towards your knee, and you're just working all the way down until you come right up to the top, just to the bone underneath your knee. So about that level, you don't want to ever roll the back of your knee, because there's actually not really any muscle in there, it's just tendons and blood vessels and things, so you don't want to put a lot of pressure right in the back of the knee. So always stop rolling just above your calf, and when you're doing your hamstrings, always start on the muscle, so just above your knee at the back, and not sort of right in the back of where your leg bends. Okay, so again, spend a couple of minutes maybe on each side of your calf. The tighter you are, the longer you have to spend at each section. Calves get very tight just from the sort of the footwear that we wear around a lot, like work shoes and work boots that don't have much give in them, and also even trainers, because they support your feet so much. So I'll get onto the feet next, but basically, if your calves are very tight, your feet are going to be very tight as well. So one thing to do is, if you find a particular knotted part in your calf, particularly probably the outside, quite high up, if you push pressure down and just sort of gently turn your toes in and out, so you just sort of cross friction the muscle again, and that you'll feel quite a lot of pressure into that wee point. Another thing you do is just pull your toes forwards and backwards, holding it on that point, and that will work out wee knots in there as well. Okay, so again, you can spend anywhere between 1 and 3 minutes on each area. And the last one I want to do is one that always sort of shocks a lot of people, how tight our feet are. And as I just mentioned there, it's just because we wear shoes so much now. Like even trainers like Nike free trainers that are supposed to let your feet move well and strengthen your arches and stuff. They're still very foamy at the bottom, so your feet are dead supported. So a lot of people get weak feet, but they also have very tight feet, which leads up into having tight calves, which can start pulling on your knees, which can start pulling your hips. So a lot of the time when people squat and their knees are caving in and out, it actually comes from having really tight muscles in their feet, which gives them tight calves out here, which affects up the chain, and it ends up pulling at your hip and your knees caves in the way when you're squatting and things, because it's all because your feet are tight and your arches roll in the way. So if I was squatting, for example, I'm keeping my knees out the way all the time, but if my arches were to collapse because they're weak or tight, and knees start to come in like that, you get a lot of pressure in here and a lot of pressure at your hips. And I mentioned a few weeks ago, it's more common in females, and it's just because of the angle of the pelvis. Females do just have a structurally different pelvis, so you might be able to probably find a lot of tightness around here, guys, as well, but just more prominent in women. So feet outside of the calves and hips are all very linked, and it's quite obvious that when people have tight feet and their knees rolling, their glutes don't work very well. So it works just to keep everything sort of in good working order and work into the muscles to release them off, to then help your muscles work better when they are being loaded up at the classes and when you're running and things. So the very last one is just rolling your feet. So I'll just take your shoes off to show you this quickly. Basically, this is just it's like a massage ball, but you can do this with a hockey ball or a tennis ball or just a wee golf ball. It's probably the most uncomfortable of places to roll, but you're just trying to release all the muscles in the arch of your foot. So the tightest parts will probably be just behind the ball of your foot and just in front of your heel. So again, you don't want to roll over the bones, you just want to roll the sort of fascia, the muscles under your arch. So just push a good bit of pressure into whatever wee ball you're using and try and find the wee knots. And again, just work into that for about a minute, really trying to find the sort of sorest point and just work that out, like so. Another thing you could do again is just hold the pressure on and scrunch up your toes and then pull your toes up towards your shin. So it's just you're holding the pressure again and just moving your toes this time. And if your feet are tight at points, you'll really feel that into all the wee muscles under the sole of your foot. So that was just a quick run through of certain exercises or a sort of well-rounded mobility routine. But there's so much more you can do, so many more muscles. And I'll probably suggest at some point that if people bring rollers to the class on a Tuesday night, you could spend 15 minutes or so at the end just going through all this stuff and making sure people are doing it right, because it definitely works to keep your muscles in good working order. And when things do get tight, just stretching just won't release it. It needs to be released either by a bit of pressure or massage. And I just think you can do a lot yourself. You don't need to fork out for a massage all the time, as long as you can spend 10 minutes every day or every second day just doing a quick bit of foam rolling. You can sort of keep your body in really good working order for training, and you don't get too tight or too sore, or let me sort of niggle stop you training and stuff. So I hope that was helpful, and I shall see you soon.